Industry for Upskilling, I4U, Module 1, Coding and Programming Skills. In the Coding and Programming Skills module, students will learn the basics concepts and have a practical knowledge about coding and programming. In particular, students will learn about the basic terminology and concepts employed in programming, the different data types and structures employed, the concept of algorithm and how to implement them, and the management of a programming project. In this first module, which is part of the Technical Competence modules, we will focus on how SME staff and students in vocational training can effectively learn the basic concepts and acquire the skills necessary to understand, use, and manage programming languages and coding projects. In Lesson 1.1, Basic Terminology, an introduction to programming languages will be provided. We will cover basic concepts such as instructions, programs, and algorithms, presenting the syntactic components of programming languages, explaining the differences between libraries and frameworks, and presenting the concepts of free and open source software. In Lesson 1.2, Programming Languages, we will explain the different types of programming languages and how to translate among programming languages. Moreover, the main general-purpose programming languages, such as Python, Java, or SQL, and also some languages of the industrial environment, such as LabVIEW or VHDL. In Lesson 1.3, Simple and Constructed Data Types, we will focus on how machines codify different types of information, presenting the basic categories of data types, Boolean, text, and numeric, and different data types of each category. About constructed data types, collections, which are composed by different simple data types or collections, will be introduced, describing their basic characteristics, mutability, order, homogeneity, and dimension. In Lesson 1.4, Programming Structures, students will learn how to modify the execution flow of a program employing them. Two categories of programming structures will be presented: selection or conditional structures, such as if-else structures or switch-match case structures, and repetition structures, such as while and for structures. In Lesson 1.5, Algorithms, aspects such as the correctness, efficiency, simplicity, and complexity will be explained. Moreover, fundamental algorithms, optimization strategies, and another popular algorithms will be presented along this lesson. In Lesson 1.6, Programming Paradigms, imperative and declarative paradigms will explained. Among imperative paradigms, procedural and object-oriented paradigms, and the differences among them will be presented, and also functional, logic and reactive paradigms will be explained as examples of declarative paradigms. Finally, a brief introduction about parallel computing and task and data parallelism will be given to the students. In Lesson 1.7, Version Control, students will learn how to manage and organize versions by using version control systems, VCS. To do so, basic concepts of VCS such as repository, branch, or pull request will be explained. Moreover, centralized and distributed VCS will be presented, explaining also software such as Apache Subversion, Git, or Mercurial. Finally, best practices and the workflow when working with VCS will be also explained in this lesson. After finishing this course, attendees will be able to design and plan a program related with their professional activity by identifying the main needs of a coding project to solve a specific problem. Following the module, the company's management and employees will improve their basis in order to start using programming and coding in applications within their organization. After finishing this module, students will be ready to start studying and working with a specific programming language used in their organization.